One thing America, the corporation, is good for is making money. But no matter how hard you work or how much money you make, you still feel broke. Let's talk about 3 reasons why, no matter how much money you make living in the States, you still feel broke, and how you can start creating peace, safety, and freedom for yourself, no matter where you are right now. To my Finding My Tribe fam, welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Ronnie, a 10-year expat helping people like you escape the chaos of the States and find peace within yourself in a location that makes you feel like sunlight. And if that is of interest to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and continue watching. So let's talk about 3 reasons why, when you're living in the States and you're making a lot of money, why you still feel broke. Wait, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. We all know that America, the corporation, could care less about you. They see you as a battery, and they use all of your vital energy to make them rich, to make the corporations rich. And when they're done with you, they dispose of you and replace you with the new next thing. This is what we've all experienced. The first reason you always feel broke, no matter how much money you make, is that you feel exhausted from surviving and constantly living in fight or flight mode. Now let's talk about the definition of fight or flight. What is that exactly? The fight or flight response is a physiological reaction that occurs when an individual perceives a threat, preparing the body to either confront the danger, meaning fight, or escape it, that's flight. This response involves the release of stress hormones that trigger various bodily changes, such as increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, rapid breathing, dilated pupils, redirected blood flow to muscles. So we're talking about putting your body through a lot of negative changes when you're in this physiological state. Many of us have experienced this at our jobs. Some of the jobs we've had where we're making the most money, those are the jobs that put us in fight or flight mode due to something that's called pet to threat. A lot of us know about this. So this is when you are first hired on, you're hired at a company and they love you, they know you're overqualified pretty much, right? But they love you, they're telling you how wonderful your accolades are, they see you performing extremely well, they treat you like you're the golden child for a short period of time. And then when you start to just do what you normally do and overperform and outperform everybody else, then everybody starts giving you the side eye from your boss down. People start to nitpick at you. They find little things wrong with you. They give you backhanded compliments. They try to make you feel small by the way that they act, by what they say, by ignoring you at those company meetings, by going over you. Like if they work under you, they'll go to your boss and ask your boss a question instead of asking you the question. Things like that. Really slithery, snaky type energy. That's what you start to get when you are moved into the threat position, right? Oh, she thinks she's too good. Who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? We've all experienced that working in the States. Comment down below and let me know if you feel what I'm talking about and if you've been through this as well. Yeah, so the problem with this is that you're not able to act like yourself. You're not able to be who you are. You have to try to contort yourself to become this thing which isn't you, which is beyond exhausting. When you have to code switch, code switching is basically like not speaking in your normal voice. When you laugh at jokes that are not funny, you just kind of try to fit in, to get along, to go along. It's nothing natural. It's not natural to you at all. And all of this fakery and acting is actually exhausting. And the problem is when you're making a lot of money, your family and friends on the outside are looking at you like you're the golden child, like you've made it. You know, they're complimenting you. They're saying, man, I look up to you, this and that. So you're getting all of this praise from people who love you, but they don't understand what you're actually going through. They don't understand that there's like an invisible whip being slashed on your back constantly at work. Your bank account is looking nice, but you suffer from sleepless nights because you're disrespected daily and meant to feel like you're stupid or less than. Now, if you've never traveled outside the States, then you think that this is the type of reality you have to live with for the rest of your life because you don't know any other reality. But what travel does, and what it did for me, was it taught me that I had a choice. I could choose where I worked, and I could choose who I wanted to work with. One of the best experiences I've had as far as employment is concerned is my experience, surprisingly, in China, hands down. And I'll tell you why. It's because I don't like to be micromanaged. I like to be told what's expected, and then I like to be left alone. Let me do what I need to do, and that's it. I was in higher education, and I worked at a university. It wasn't easy. There was nothing easy about the transition from moving to the States to working in China. There was nothing easy about it, but surprisingly, the work-life balance was fabulous. What living and working in China did for me was it gave me options. It showed me that I have options. I can work with people that I want to work with. I can learn a language if I want to. I can work in an environment of my choice. What getting out of my comfort zone and changing my environment did for me was help me to discover what true work-life balance looks like. It gave me the opportunity to control my life, control who I worked with, where I worked, how I worked, instead of just working to survive, working around people and under people that I did not want to see in my face at all. And this is what I help my clients do. The second reason why you always feel broke living in the States, even though you make a good amount of money. On paper, it looks like you've made it, but internally, you feel anxious, you feel disconnected, and just empty. Why is this? Let's talk about the lack of fun that you have at your job while you're working at your job and even after work. There's really no fun in your life, right? You work, you're exhausted, you're drained by dealing with all the nonsense at work. You come home and you try to de-stress and take care of whatever responsibilities you have at home, and then you do it all over the next day. I have a question for you. When was the last time you had a really good time? Just think about this and let me know in the comments. When was the last time you actually had a really good time where you were just relaxed and you were able to be 1000% yourself and you lost track of time? You were having so much fun. Let me know in the comments. When was the last time that happened? And make sure you download my Escape the States guide, a 5-step beginner's guide to international travel. Now let's talk about the third reason why you feel broke while living in the States, even though you're making a good amount of money. The third reason is no matter how much money you make, you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, or even financially anymore. Let's talk about it. We have these people, if they are even people, walking around with masks on their face, taking people out. I call them government thugs, right? People or things paid by the government to just basically do whatever they want with people, innocent people, right? They don't know who they're taking, they don't know who they're slamming on the ground, and they don't even care. The States has literally become a police state. And if you're honest with yourself, you know that I'm telling the truth. We have these insane agents that are out here slamming innocent people down on the ground on their face for absolutely no reason. We have people now supported by the National Guard who's basically there to terrorize innocent people, no matter really who you are. Right now they're attacking people that are Mexican, Hispanic, or whatever, but you know that they're coming for you. Minorities and even the majorities in the states. There are no rules. They're literally able to do whatever they want and answer to no one. Why else? Politics. I don't have to say much about that. It doesn't matter whose face you see on television. They don't care about you. And they're actually there to do whatever they can to hurt you. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care what candidate you like. It really doesn't matter. And you're about to see this more and more and more. You're not safe. And let's talk about this commercial they have. Just showing how insane little agents are running around with their guns, just going into apartment buildings and taking people, not asking anything and just taking them to wherever. It's crazy. Also, a lot of federal job layoffs, right? These jobs that you thought that once you got in, you would have forever. That's a thing of the past. We really can see that there is no safety in the states at all. The states is, at this point, turning in on itself. Okay, so let's just list off a couple of more reasons. Poor health due to stress, poor health due to fake food, poor health due to these lab-grown meats and like salmon that was just passed this year, right? Where they can sell lab-grown salmon in restaurants, right? And they don't have to tell you. Poor health due to stress, due to everything that's going on. Fake food, medical pushes. And what I mean by that is you go to the doctors, you have a problem. They could care less about healing the problem that you have. It's all about, drugging you up and just keeping you well enough just so you can go to work, continue to go to work, and continue to make the corporations rich, right? And of course, media manipulation, because their job, of course, is to sell fear and to just keep you in a state of fear. Keep you lied to, right? So their job is to lie to you, is to tell you everything is cool, but then to keep you in a state of fear and to keep you in a state of hatred for whatever group you don't agree with. Mental manipulation. So all of these issues are keeping you up at night. And that's because you don't have a plan for where else to go or what else to do. Basically, you've been trying to survive in a system built to break you. I've lived abroad for over a decade and helped people just like you escape the chaos and start over with clarity, purpose, and peace. Now, if you're ready to stop feeling broke in a country that's spiritually, mentally, and physically draining you, I invite you to book your Go Where You Glow one-on-one coaching session today. Now, in this session, what we'll do is map out what your dream lifestyle looks like, choose 2 countries you want to explore, match your budget with your goals, explore visa and housing options, and create a clear action plan so you can start living with confidence, clarity, peace, and purpose. Because the fact of the matter is, you can't fully heal in an environment that makes you sick. Click the link below to book your Go Where You Glow one-on-one coaching session today and get one step closer to living the life of your dreams, the life that you deserve. Also, don't forget to download your Escape the States guide. I'm Ronnie Light signing off, encouraging you to give yourself options out in this world. You don't have to stay stuck where you are. You don't have to deal with all of the chaos going around. You do have options. You do have people you can reach to so that you can go where you glow.